I lived in Cedar, Michigan from 1970 to 1974, and this was the standard school, which had only been closed a few years before we moved to town. And as we come in a little bit further to town, we can see this blue roof building was the Gamble's Hardware and Home Store, which later became a small cafe and a bank at one time. There were several other houses along this strip, but they're gone now to make room for this gas station. But the building attached was Mikowski's IGA. And Roger Mikowski was a friend of mine. Next to that was a gas station. I believe it was Atlantic Richfield, possibly. And of course the Hills ice cream shop, where I was the sixth person in line the day it opened. It was right across the street from the Hills family home. On the other corner, we had Burry's Restaurant, which later became a real estate office. And next to that is the Pleva Market and Pleva's Meat Shop, which were world famous at one time for their cherry sausage. Here's the old Cedar Bank building, which was owned by the Casbin family when we lived there, and it was a tractor part store. Beautiful old building. And at the end of the street, we have the former railroad depot. And that was an abandoned, empty building when we lived there too. It was owned by the Casbin family. I shouldn't say it was abandoned. They used it for storage. We actually stored some stuff in there for a while. But it looks like it's been beautifully restored now. What a lovely old depot building. And this is the railroad track right-of-way right here we're turning onto, where the old tracks would have ran. If you look close on the side here, you can see the loading docks where freight and passengers would have disembarked from the train. And let's go around and have a look at the other side. And this side here, I'm assuming where the wagons would pull up and load and unload, loading stuff onto the trains. Pretty cool. Happy to see that it's been restored and not crushed. But Cedar doesn't have really fancy homes for the most part, but they're most all beautifully maintained and architecturally different. Just older homes. But don't be surprised, this is Leelanau County, so these homes are not going to be bargain priced if you're looking to move up this way toward Traverse City. You're still going to pay a lot of money to live here. But I love how the old barns and garages are still preserved and the same as they were when I lived here. And the houses generally look the same too, if not maybe a little fancier and better landscaped. And I've ridden my bike around this neighborhood hundreds of times with my friends and knew several of the people and families who lived in these houses. And really there's only maybe 2 or 3 dozen homes in the little community of Cedar. It's not a huge town by any means, and we're traveling pretty much around all the streets right now. But, oh, here's one. This is where my friend Dan lived when we were growing up. At least I believe this is it. And we'll just cruise around town a little bit further and show you just a couple more things and old businesses on my way out of town toward where we're headed today. And we're coming up the side street. I don't remember the name of the people who lived in this house. It might have been Stocknick. And we used to throw footballs around in the little side yard. The Fleece family lived here in this large house on the corner. And here's another look at Pleva's Meat Market and Grocery Store, which I can't believe closed down given the fame they had at one time. Coming up on the right here, which is a flower shop now, but it used to be a gas station, possibly a Leonard station, but I don't remember for sure. The service bay was where the big window is in the front, but here on the right side, down where these pink flowers are, was an outdoor oil change pit, which we used to play around when the store was closed. And this was the Cedar Hardware and Sporting Goods store, and the new Cedar Fire Department, which, well, it was new around 1975 anyway. I filmed this a year ago in late 2020. We were on our way to Isidore to film a location there, and you can check out my Isidore video by searching for it online. But the last building we'll come across on our way out of town, straight ahead, you can't tell it anymore, but when we lived here, it was a gas station, pool hall, and cafe. And the pumps were right out front. And it was a pretty cool place. Me and my dad used to hang out there with the owner occasionally. But off we go, heading toward Isidore. I hope you enjoyed this little video of one of the places I call my hometown. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.